Grind or die.
Disclaimer: I am not an expert. The following show will have strong language. The views and opinions in this program are solely for entertainment purposes. This show is intended for adults. Guardian discretion is strongly advised. Hello and welcome to the AnJaBo show. I'm your host, Tony. This episode is a year in review. I've now been posting a little over a year, maybe a video once a month if I get to it. I've had an account with YouTube far longer than I've posted. My first video posted was of a train over a decade ago, and that had a duration of maybe a minute. It was poor quality. It was impromptu. I think I might have been in a hotel traveling to wherever my destination was. I don't know if it was mid-move or helping family get their stuff from one location to another, but I remember that it was like crossing state lines, riding in a U-Haul, and this train from hell that was traveling late at night. And it reminded me of the scene from a movie called My Cousin Vinny. And personally, it just made me laugh. And the video had no substance whatsoever. Since I've been making a slightly increased effort of posting substantial content with minimal effects and zero editing in 2025, I've gone from no subscribers to a little over 20. I think I'm resting at 25 or 26 right now. And I appreciate and value each and every one of you. Some of you are family, some of you are friends, other possibly acquaintances and strangers. With this video, I'll be reviewing the episodes I've posted where I could have improved either editing, adding effects. But what I'm doing now and what I plan to do in the future is what this video is for. If there's someone out there thinking about starting a channel, do it. Don't wait. Really quick, I'm starting to. If I sound like Shia LaBeouf, don't let me do that. Start with your passion, a hobby, or just something. Just document what your day is like. As far as equipment, aesthetics, and quality, all of that will come with your journey. There's free software out there on the internet. And if you most likely have a smartphone, you've already got a majority of the equipment that you need. Camera and a microphone. And as you progress, you can go back to your earlier content, kind of what this is meant to do right now, and improve what you're doing. That said, let's review. The first episode, Expectations versus Reality, I had wanted to do a roadmap. I did overlook that completely, and I never addressed it except for right now. My expectations were at that point are far different than they are now. I think whatever my expectations were as far as viewers, I think I'm slowly becoming successful at that. Now they're not in the thousands or millions, but like there are people watching it, which is what this is intended for. Again, the expectation of posting once a week. LOL. At best, it's been once a quarter. My health upon starting this just took a nosedive. Since last year, I've been trying to get that squared away. With where I live, allergens are a really big factor. Um, they impede on my just well-being. Um, they impact my asthma, and that whole entire situation is what landed me in the hospital a handful of times within the end of last year, and kind of cyclical, where even before I started posting, I was slowly starting to get hospitalized more frequently. Um, the jumping around in my videos gave me whiplash. So I apologize to you, the viewer, for doing that to you as well. Um, I had gone scripted for that first episode, and the following episodes, I stepped away from that. I thought uh, being raw from an editing standpoint um, was something worthwhile, either just being as is, not doing any kind of fluff or beautifying any of my content. But there's merits in being prepared. There's benefit to doing the beautification. I from viewers, from even an artistic standpoint of just speaking. Um, and again, the expectations versus reality. Um, there's not much to, uh, I guess, add to that. So that wraps up the first episode. My second episode was Metal Gear Solid Delta, an opinion piece. Now, without having content that revolved around video games, I think this was maybe uh, out of left field. Again, not having an established channel probably gave me a freedom, and I'm also not veering away from having multiple categories within my channel. I've posted a couple of official music videos. Um, the idea back on track. Metal Gear Solid, Delta, an opinion piece, my second episode. This was partially scripted. I had post-it notes with the chronological order of the video game series, uh, notes of things that the developers and the production company were doing. I still firmly believe that it was a money grab. They're not the only studio to do it. Um, and, if you've got the finances to buy, I think they're called AAA games, um, do it. Like their improved graphics, some improved gameplay features, maybe even new levels or additional content. Um, I'd also praised the director and creator of Metal Gear Solid after or before even really researching him. And um, after watching videos of people kind of slamming this guy, it was kind of eye-opening and a little bit obvious as you play the games of where uh, this guy sits. Um, my third episode, Unexcused Absence, self-explanatory. It kind of addressed what health problems I was facing and the reasoning for why I was away for probably a month or two at that time. Again, I did it unscripted, really just kind of allowed myself to try to talk in a clear and concise manner. And I feel like I'm also addressing that again now. So apologies for the repetitive topics. My fourth and fifth episodes, Tony's picks. The fourth episode, I believe, was the content that I ingest, um, and also trying to give other viewers who watch my channel something to watch. Also trying to uplift those other creators, even though most of them don't need it. They have a good, strong following. The fifth episode of that of Tony's picks was charities, foundations, and organizations. Within that episode, there is one particular, I guess, organization, for a better term, needs to be redacted, as upon doing a little more diving on that, it wasn't so much a cause as more of it trying to decriminalize illegal acts that I won't get into. Um, Now, going back to my fourth episode of the channels that I pay attention to, I did a horrible job describing some of my favorite YouTubers. The How It Should Have Ended, or HISHE, never got completely fleshed out. Um, so what How It Should Have Ended, what their channel does is they take a movie or show, um, and they will do an animated version of it. For example, Avengers. They'll do a quick summary of how the movie ended in reality, and then after that portion is done, they will go through alternate takes of either how it should have ended, in their opinion. Again, I feel like I'm doing a terrible job, but check them out if you haven't. They're quite funny. Um, Within the videos of my picks, the angling of my camera, I joked about in this script that I wrote how I let you all just kind of look up my nose. I don't know if there are bats in the caves, but I try and make sure that that's not an issue then and now. Um, the sixth episode, Grandma O's Skydive. Um, it was a failure in editing. It was, in my eyes, a failure in the overall content. The There's clapping that I did that may have come off sarcastic, but I was just trying to uh, really praise this 85-year-old woman for doing something so radical. Like, I hope that when I am that old, if I get that old, I hope um, that I too am able to do something so uh, adrenaline filled and somewhat scary. So again, I praise Grandma for doing that, and uh, I'm gonna kick myself in the butt because there within that video there's about 15 to 20 minutes of just darkness. It was something I missed either when uploading, or even in the editing process. Maybe it was something that I did when it was trying to transfer to YouTube. So if you watch that episode, you'll see what I mean. Um, but yeah, it was just dead air. That's all it was. Um, the last episode I'm going to address is my first live stream. I am scratching a lot. Uh, Again, on account of my skin condition, you can see how torn up my arms are. They are getting a little bit better. Again, this I think during it was just open, and I don't want to do that, show that. Um, my opinion, I I just find myself a little gross. But again, like my skin condition as of now has cleared up, um, so less self-conscious about it. Um, and again, for content, I don't know if people are wanting to see what they're watching. Um, personally, on account of like some portions of my childhood, I listened to old comedy tapes on cassettes. So, like, part of me is trained or conditioned to hear something without needing a visual component to it as well. Um, yeah, just again, embarrassment from that live stream. Also, I'm just jittery. I'm in a freaking leg immobilizer where I'm unable to like move much. So I think some of that energy was trying to go elsewhere, and how it's perceived probably doesn't look super great. Um, for those of you who are paying close attention, I'm not addressing my hello nurse as an episode, because it was something that I did on the spot. It was probably closely right after one of my first hospitalizations after starting this channel, or taking it more seriously, rather. Um, However, I do think that I want to do a part two, to address more stories or experiences of mine dealing with EMTs, firefighters, and nurses. Um, I'm reading a script off of this right now, so uh, apologies for no eye contact. Um, with asthma attacks and a dislocated knee, the stories I have talking to those professions, EMTs, firefighters, and nurses, and doctors, may be something noteworthy. Um, I do want to address the future of this channel. My posts may become more spaced out than they already have been, as I'm locking in a second job. Uh, as of now, my schedule is really up in the air. I'll probably find out what it's looking like in towards the end of this month as well as early September. Um, with that kind of jamming up recording, I may post more music just for something to listen to or check out. Videos of me driving because it doesn't take much editing. I just have to attach a GoPro, upload it to my computer, and then have it upload to YouTube. Um, and I may even really start on the comedic ASMR videos. Again, I just feel like ASMR is like soft speaking as well as unstop. I may post more music videos of me driving as well as comedic ASMR content. Um, that way, it doesn't require much thought or editing. With that, we're going to wrap up this post. I hope everything is going well for you out there. I hope this brings a little bit of joy to your life. I hope if you're going through anything, just know that you can overcome it. A saying I've heard from a particular employee as well as my dad is, um, proper planning prevents piss poor performance. With whatever situation you're facing, attack that challenge with the appropriate plan. If it doesn't work, you're not a failure. You just need to pivot, reapproach that challenge, and tackle it until you succeed. Rinse and repeat. Have a great day. Stay up, stay safe, and use that turn signal.
Grind or die.